Hello, Cindy here. Hope you guys are doing great. I'm excited to dive right in and talk about the number one secret that will have you not give away your heart too soon when it comes to dating and relationships. And there are there are a myriad of other things that can that do support this, but I'm just going to start with the number one thing, because it's really important as you're dating to stay right sized, right? um, and what that means is uh, look at things in context as to where they are. If you've gone out on one date, two dates, three dates, staying grounded in the sense that you are getting to know this person and you don't know them all that well yet, typically. Well, you just don't. So, the number one secret is to choose from your feeling. Now, and what I mean by feeling is your body, how you feel around him when you're with him. Can you totally be yourself? Are you, are you able to be open? Are you able to be vulnerable? Or do you find yourself, you know, with him and maybe there's all this really great chemistry, but there's you're not fully showing up as you. There's a couple things that can go on and in effect of that. So we will, as women, we have the tendency to choose men from our more masculine side, um, from our head, and not always our heart or our body. Now, I believe follow your heart, but you also get to take your brain with you. So a lot of times women will look at, oh, he checks all the boxes. He's got, you know, we relate because he's in this type of career and he does this and that. So we get this idea of whom we want to be with based on that. And a lot of times as women we think that men do the same thing when they're choosing a woman, and men actually choose a woman based on how he feels when he's with her and how he feels, period. Does he feel better when he's with her? Does he feel better about himself? Which is more of a feminine energy. So we tend to do the opposite when it comes to choosing partners. And so there's a couple of things to keep in mind to not thanks, Susan. Yeah, so there's a couple of things to keep in mind to get into the space of that feeling. So one, as you're dating, and this is a whole different interview, or not interview, but a whole different video. You want to make sure that you are staying open and to getting to know multiple people. And I am going to put a pin in that until a different time. And let me know if you guys want to hear about how I coach my clients around doing that, and doing that in a way that you're able to manage your emotions and shift your mindset from a place of, as women, we tend to go very singularly focused on one man because we are very we tend to be one person oriented. And we tend to be very relationship oriented, which is a good thing. And many men are too. Men are. So if you're choosing from that energy of the feminine, you can't hear me that well? Can you hear me now? So let me know if how the volume is and if I need to speak up or shift something. Thanks for letting me know, Deborah. So like I was saying that, but there's a couple things you want to keep in mind to also stay right sized about your dating process. So number one, look at his energy. Is his energy moving towards you? Or are you in this space of going to are you in the space of moving towards him, like kind of making sure he doesn't forget about you, or you feel really great when you're with him that one day and then you don't hear from him for a week and your insides are going kind of crazy until you hear from him again, and then it's like, and that doesn't mean that you have an anxious attachment style. That also means there's some feelings in your body that don't feel 100% safe. So is he moving towards you? Meaning, is he asking you out again? Is he, wanting to get to know you? That is really, really important, which leads me to my next point, which is, do you feel good about yourself when you're with him? And that means just in general, and obviously just in general, not the, oh, we have so much, great feelings and chemistry, but how is he when he's with you? Is he complimentary? Is he curious about you? Does he want to know you? That is super important, because that's another way of him moving towards you. And a man feels your energy if you're moving towards him. Because if you're caught up in the, I have all this chemistry with him, it's very easy to get in the, and it's natural human nature to get into not really thinking about anything else except for almost turning yourself inside out, or how can how can I show up to make him see me, or make him want to commit to me. So it's the opposite, and a lot of times logically we know that, but when we're in that space, when you're with the guy and you're in that energy of it's an energy of please see me energy, or proving myself worthy in some way, shape, or form. And that may even be subconscious. So you may not know you're doing it, but typically you are, if you've got the other side going on. So that's number two. Number three, it's looking at it from the perspective of, how does he treat others? How does he show up around people? How does he talk about people in his life? Because those things are really important, because you want to listen to learn about them. How does he talk about his exes? How does he speak about his family? How does he how is he? And does he have the ability, when you're vulnerable, to go there too? Does he have that ability? And does what I'm saying about number three, does he have the capacity to love at a level that, if you're watching this video, you desire to be loved, and you get to be, because you're not going to settle. You're not settling for someone who you maybe starts out great, but then you end up putting all your energy into them only to have them giving you breadcrumbs in return. So it's, making sure he's coming towards you and you staying grounded in your mind to go, okay, he's showing up. He's doing this. I feel good when I'm with him. I feel pretty good when I'm away from him. A good sign that could be a, potential, like your spidey senses should be up, is, like I said, do I feel anxiety when I'm away from him? Do I question? Do I not trust? Um, how do I feel? Am I constantly looking for reassurance? Now, you can definitely self soothe yourself, but if he's not regularly coming towards you, it's hard to feel that safe space in between, right? So the point is don't give your heart away too soon, and let him come to you. Let him put the effort in and show up for you. And men will do it when you give them space and he's not feeling the energy of you pushing him. Because we can do that too as women without even saying it. Our energy doesn't lie. So remember that space to, and good ways to stay present are, taking deep breaths and, before you see that person, rubbing your fingers together, doing things that have you stay present. Something else that's really, really good that I've had many of my clients that have been successful in, attracting their man is I have them write after each meeting, how do I feel when I'm with this person? What are some things that stood out to me? And you know, what are and based on this, do I feel like I could possibly see him again? Yes. Awesome. Good. Or no. But why? Because a lot of times as women too, we tend to turn our open energy off and on. I was just talking about this morning, kind of like a faucet. So if we're not getting the feedback that we think we want, we turn off our friendly, open energy. If we're getting the feedback that we do want, then we have our happy, open energy. So it's thinking about not allowing someone else to take that away. It's kind of like if you think about it in reverse. If a man, if you didn't show up exactly the way a man thought you should, or said what he wanted you to, or you seemed a little off-putting in the moment, and he stopped opening your doors, or, anything, right? Or he became cold, what would you think in return? So as much as we evaluate them and their energy, they feel the same way. But oftentimes as men, they don't look at it the same way. They're like, oh, hope everything's okay, or whatever. I'm still going to open our doors. I'm still going to be who I am. So it's important to keep in mind, if you're feeling that real rush of attraction to someone, that's usually a sign that maybe you are attracting from a wounded place, and your wounds happen to sync up with one another and they create an explosion. And typically that feeling that you're fearing on the inside, we manifest on the outside, especially when you're with someone that it's crazy fireworks. Of course, I want you to feel happy, attracted, connected to someone. And they also get to show up for you. So I hope this helps. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you're hearing from me. This supports you. If you're on YouTube and you happen to like my video, like my stuff, just give me a like and subscribe. That would help me out so, so much. On Instagram, hi, you guys. So good to see you. Mwah. Happy Love Week, and I will see you again tomorrow.